Hey there, folks. My name is Dazer, and welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero. Alright, let's talk to Donald and see what he has to say. Now that we've done something. Singing softly. Trace an orbit round the road, and close your eyes with holy dread. For me on mold and whiskey fed, and drank from rivers down below. We found your strangers. We know how to fix your damn machine, but I'm not sure it was worth it. Oh, soon the visions will return. What have you found? They say you need to type in a specific phrase to restore it. They say you need to unplug it for a while. They say you need to scrape the mold off the timing crystals. Specific phrase. Oh, bit of a poem to rally the illustrious spirit. Of course. Well, then, type away, by all means. Do not hesitate. Type away. Alright, well, let's go type this thing in. That was a weird noise. Oh, it's the one dude, because he's a robot. This is such a weird story. Because it's like it's got a very old-fashioned feel to it. Okay, so we're supposed to type dome in air. Weird. Just following instructions. Dome in air. Dome in air. But it's got like, it's kind of like a cyberpunk kind of thing. It's got like robots, but it's also like 1960s or so, it seems like. Scene 9, Xanadu. Here we go. Dome in air. Let's try this again. Xanadu. Ooh, at the end of the road. You are standing at the end of the road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. Check out the building. Enter building. Ooh, inside building. Is this gonna turn into like Slender the Arrival or something? What is this? Is that a lamp? You are inside a building, a storage shed for the National Park Service. There is a sensible modern electric lantern nearby. Get the lantern. Get lantern. Taken. Exit building. Enter forest. That's not something you can enter. Just type a direction. North. In forest. Boom. You are in open forest with a deep valley to one side. Can we climb a tree? Climb tree. I don't think much is to be achieved by that. Sorry. Head back to south of that building. Can we dig a hole? Dig a hole. You can't see any such thing. Pretty limited vocabulary. South. You're in forest. Hey, it's a maze. East, north, west. West. You're in a forest. Lula is here, soldering replacement components in a small, handmade radio. Oh, we should talk to her. Ask Lula how she was doing. Hi, Donald. I'm getting the strangest interference out here. I've been tuning the radio circuits gradually as we go, swapping capacitor values and tweaking resistor networks. It was working for a while, but everything I can pick up sounds so distant and muffled. Lula hands you the radio. Well, maybe you'll have better luck. You're good at this stuff. Just don't forget to give it back. South, east, north, west. North. North. You're in a forest. Joseph is here, tapping with a small stylus on a modified pocket braille slate. A small gray kitten, no more than a few weeks old, dozes comfortably on top of his backpack. Listen. Donald, I was just transcribing your footsteps. Sounded like... Joseph runs his finger along the index cards he's been tapping on from right to left. Long, weary song, drearily gone, dearly gone. You beat a melancholy shuffle through these woods, Donald. I've been noting down the sounds of the forest with an ear for speech, and an inborn filter for poetry, I suppose, so maybe it's me being melancholy after all. I'm eager to see what the Poetics subsystem makes of these punched cards. East. At edge of hole. Sounds like a plane. You are at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to the rock as the ground sinks into darkness. The computer tied to your upper back slickens with sweat in the afternoon sun. The rope slung around your shoulder has slipped under the strap of your backpack, digging uncomfortably against your collarbone. Shine the lamp. So yell into the hole first to see if there are pirates. Shine the lamp into the hole. Light lamp. Your lamp is now on. Shine lamp in hole. The lamplight only reaches a few yards down the hole, where the rock is coated with a slimy black mold. You can tell that the walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance. Try using the rope to climb down safely. Tie rope to tree. The rope is tied snugly to a tree trunk. Down. Your feet slip a few times on the slimy rock, but you remain stable. Lula and Joseph descend carefully after you. In bed quilt. What? This is so weird. But it reminds me of early computers too, like the old, like the really early stuff. You are in bed quilt, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Joseph and Lula remove the computer equipment they are carrying on their backs and begin setting up. That's the last trip, so everything's down here now. Set up the gear. Or say something back to her. Say something back. You make an awkward joke. Don't be so morbid. Lula looks pensive. Ask Lula about the cave. Having second thoughts? I don't blame you. It's unsettling down here. Weird acoustics. Earlier, as we were climbing down, I thought I heard voices for a moment. Or not voices themselves, but echoes of voices, singing. Some kind of eerie, tuneless working song. I'm glad I'm not down here alone. What's the gear they're carrying? Sure, Donald, we may as well take inventory. I've got the tape machine and the synthesizer parts we borrowed from the School of Music. It's all tuned up to my voice, so we won't have to type so much. Joseph has his slate and his punched cards he's transcribed from the poems we read him. He's got the typewriter and the paper tape reader. And you've got the CRT displays. How's your back holding up? Joseph looks uncomfortable. Jealous. Hey, Donald, can you help me, wire up these generators? I'll assemble the synthesizer, but I could use some help with the serial interface if you have time. You hear an unfamiliar echo from the tunnel to the east. Wire up the generators. I appreciate it, Donald. I'm not much of an electrician, you know. You know that. Joseph hands you a bundle of wires. His kitten curls up on the spool of cabling. Listen, the three of us had a good thing for a minute, wouldn't you say, up at the old place, before it got ugly? I'm saying, we came down here to work, to really do it. Xanadu. And I mean, we've got to be rational about this. All three of us have got to put our feelings aside for a bit and be rational. Do you know what I'm saying? Just agree with whatever he's saying. This isn't helpful. He's talking about Lula, kind of creepy. That's not really what I meant to say, but okay. Joseph wiped his brow with a dusty sleeve. Seems down here we're all strangers. Permanently strange. You are interrupted by an ominous echo of a grating, scraping sound from the east, louder than before. What the hell was that? Let's check it out. You'll excuse me, I have to take some water here and there. Just because it's a lot of reading. Alright. So we're in some tunnels. You rush down the tunnel with Joseph and Lula close behind. That got kind of intense back there. How you all like this, kid? How do you like all this, kid? No wonder they're still thinking about it. I hope they're moved on by now. The tunnel narrows, and soon you find yourself crawling on your hands and knees. Navigating the tunnel gradually becomes more awkward, as smooth rock gives way to jagged, crystalline surfaces. I have a feeling I know where this is going. Scratches and taps echo from the end of the tunnel, some short and piercing, some slower and groaning as if dampened by water. The tunnels open into a large room. In Crystal Room. You are in a large, irregular chamber. The walls, floor, and ceiling are covered with crystalline projections. Strangers are here, scraping black mold from the crystals. They look up at you when you enter. One of them seems about to speak. Finally! Let's listen to what he says. The stranger reaches for a box he's carrying and presses a plastic button. The box whirs to life, and a crackly voice blurts something unintelligible, then slows to a deep gurgle. He looks at his companions momentarily in confusion and confused disappointment. Then he returns his awful gaze to you. Joseph flees through a tunnel to the north. Lula flees through a tunnel to the northeast. Follow Lula. Run north. Lula's headlamp scans across the northern passage as you run. Soft shadows loom perplexingly from floor to ceiling. You feel around to distinguish shadows from crystals, but eventually find yourselves cornered. You've hit a dead end. Who are they? Let's find a way out of here. That's not a verb I recognize. Look for escape. You can't see any such thing. Listen, I think they've gone back to work. They seem strange somehow. Maybe they've forgotten about us. Alright, let's try to pass them quickly now. Don't make eye contact. Then we'll find our way back to the equipment. Back to the bed quilt. Okay. You are in bed quilt, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Lula is here, panting for breath. Did they follow us? Where's Joseph? She seems pretty scared. May as well wait, search for him. I only understood you as far as wanting to search. You have to be more specific. With the equipment. Search equipment. The various computer and audio equipment casts angular shadows into the tunnels as you scan slowly across the pile. Nothing. Down one of the tunnels. Search tunnel. You select a tunnel at random. Your lantern illuminates several sets of footsteps in the moldy cave floor, but they are impossible to identify. Joseph climbs down from the rope still tied above. That damn sound, those damn voices, I don't even know what direction I was running. I wove through the network of tunnels. I ran my hand along the wall, always turning left, but every turn and every rock felt the same. For all I knew, I was running in circles. Finally, I ended up here, and I hid. I panicked. I heard you talking, but I didn't think I could trust my senses. But listen, there's one thing I have to tell you. While I was out there lost in the tunnels and caves, I came across the Zero, and I had no idea. It's like a real place. They pick up garbage, they deliver mail, they go to work and to church, but it has an awful kind of emptiness. Wandering through, I heard horrible echoes. Weird images got burned in my mind's eye. A television, a scarecrow, a crystal, a feather, a sandwich, a CRT monitor, a bottle, an anchor. Lula looks down at her feet. We should ask him more about that. What's up with Lula? Nothing. Just... Joseph, you sound... disturbed. Lula, you heard the same damn stories I have. It doesn't matter now, damn it. I'm leaving. To hell with all of it. Whoa, we should stop him. Get him back on track. We're so close. Divert Joseph's attention. You shout something to Joseph about the project you were working on together. You'll die in these damn cold caves, and what about those men? You know they'll come back. You shout something at Joseph about going deeper into the caves. Did you hear their voices? They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop, your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon. I'm heading down to Zero. You plead with Lula about your continued collaboration. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail. And then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Lula and Joseph have left. Okay. In tunnels. Abandoned by your collaborators, your confidants, your companions. The only two among your colleagues with whom you ever trusted the gift of your friendship. Pretty thick. Sounds like Beardo had his heart broken. You wander the tunnels alone, dragging along the components of your unrealized masterpiece, combing the underground passages for a new site in which you realize your vision. Sounds like a genius. How do you mean? Wordy, vain. Vanity, ain't it the truth? My Aunt Remedios, before she got into the whole ethnomusicography thing, she was a painter. Mostly nudes in oil. She had this model, I'll never forget him. Big, classically physical guy, looked like he was about to storm Troy. He made everyone call him the Colonel. Weaver and I saw this guy naked a lot. You couldn't help it. He was always posing somewhere in the house, chasing the light from room to room while Aunt Remedios made a sketch of his profile, or worked on the right mix of pigments for his abdomen. The Colonel had this magnificent hair, long black hair that ran down just at the bottom of his shoulder blades. One evening, he was standing there in an open window in the back of the house. The sun was setting, early spring, I think. It was kind of windy. Aunt Remedios was trying to get his hair right. She kept arranging it, like half in front and half behind, running over his shoulder and laying across his chest in this very specific way. But it itched him or something, and he'd do this weird, indignant shuffle thing, or the wind from the open window would push it around. Or he'd start and turn his neck when Weaver or I ran by, and everything would be tangled again. The final product was a swirl of black lines billowing around the top of his neck. Weird thing is, I don't even remember his face now, just the black swirl. Probably the best one she ever painted. Hall of the Mountain King. Gink. Ooh. After what may have been years, you stumble out of the tunnel into a cavernous open space. Stalactites adorn the ceiling like grotesques. In the center of the room is an enormous, rocky spire. This is where you will set up your equipment and establish your legacy. Xanadu. Sounds like something from the 80s. Now is the time to continue your work. Research assistants, 0. Realism index, 37%. Romance index, 2%. Mold coverage, 90, 0. Oh. You may hire a new research assistant, assign assistants to a task, or sleep until tomorrow. Hire a new research assistant, assign assistants to a task, sleep. Hire. Uploading job advertisement to university message boards. You have hired Weaver, who studies mathematics. Hire a new research assistant. Hire. Uploading job advertisement. No new applicants. Try again later. You may assign research assistant to debugging, transcription, or speculation. Weaver did speculation? Assigning available research assistant to speculation. Hire a new research... No new applicants. Okay, try again later. We'll sleep. Sleep. Time passes. Weaver posits that nature, not reason, is the master of industry. Now is the time to continue to work. 32%, 17%. Ooh, 11%. Boom. Hire Amy, who studies human-computer interaction. Debugging... She did debugging. 1. Speculation. Alright. Sleep. Time passes. Amy fixes some weird math with some weirder math. Weaver discards centuries of exhaustive data on the uniformity of cause and effect. Greasy, black mold is collecting on the computer equipment. Now is the time to continue your work. Realism index 27%. Romance index 22%. Mold coverage 20%. You may hire a new assistant. Let's hire a new assistant. No, that's not what I meant to do. Intruders! The strangers are doing something to the equipment, but you can't make out what. You hide behind a rock until they leave. With trepidation, you emerge from your hiding place hours later. Now is the time to continue to work. Yeah, I'm not convinced this... Yeah, same here. 27... 22... 20... 0. Hire a new research assistant. Andrew, who studies statistics. You may assign research into the debugging debugging. 1. Task. Transcription. 1. Boom. Speculation. Sleep. Weaver widens tunnel slightly to reduce the need for extra crouch commands. Amy extensively notates tunnel diameter as a function of length. Andrew muses about the love lives of fungal colonies. Weaver follows the strangers into the tunnels. She doesn't return, but neither do they. Now is the time to continue to work. Try to quit and start over. I want to keep playing. Okay, sure, we can keep playing. Come on, kid, we got stuff to do. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes. That was a rhetorical question. Quit game. Exit? But you aren't in anything at the moment. Maybe we have to lose or die somehow in order to start over? Smash the computer! Violence isn't the answer to this one. Guess maybe we have to wait it out. Wait indefinitely. Time passes. Come and go. You don't encounter the strangers again, but sometimes you can hear the uncanny echoes of their voices off in the tunnels. Years pass, mold accumulates. You and the remaining research assistants take to the burning, disused equipment in the center of the room. The black mold is intensely flammable and makes an excellent catalyst. It leaves behind a sweet narcotic fume. One night you have visitors, outsiders, different ones, them. Then, later that night, an old friend. You really did go deeper into the caves. Premature end of file. Press any key to quit. Huh. So this is saying that we're about to have... Alula's about to come and see us while we're here. Act 3, Scene 10. Hall of the Mountain Gink. I'm going to be saying that the whole time. Like, that's what I'm going to say the whole time from now on. And there's Lula. You really did go deeper into the caves. Well, your weavers aren't easy enough to find. I met a few of your former assistants. One can't help but hear things. So this is what became of our project. Oh, I've made some additions. Joseph stole the data tapes for the first half, so I've had some blank spots to fill. Yes, I know. He published his version, actually. Sorry to report that it's a bit tediously sentimental. We've been looking for you. So you found the address data. Just pass it over to Donald here. Donald, will you be a dear and crunch these numbers? We're looking to sort out a street named Collision, Dogwood Drive. Wasn't the Bureau going to process it? I insist. I have cycles to spare. I'll just pack my pipe and get to it. I should only be an hour or so. Andrew will carry it over too. I'll be at the Bureau for the rest of the night. Just mark it private materials for the attention of Senior Clerk Chamberlain. How do we get to the Bureau from here? The bridge. The bridge. Yes, the bridge. Through the gate over there. Now, we, too, recede into history. Oh, good night, Donald. Meet me at the Bureau and we'll get you on your way. Head counterclockwise to the cathode ray, then turn around. It's just clockwise until you find the Bureau. So, counterclockwise to the cathode ray, and clockwise. Between us, I think you should drive. Alright, to the gate. Down. Gate's open. Is this the musicians again? Tape recorder. I didn't see that before. Someone has left a portable tape recorder on the path. Doesn't appear damaged, but there's no tape to play or record. Alright. Bookshelf. That wasn't there before. It's carried only part way up the path here. Before the project was abandoned, it's still useful. The perk of the spire is crowded anyway. Ah, lantern. That's the lantern from the game. A sensible modern electric lantern has been left here. The batteries have long since died. I can't click the down button. Let's go talk to Blue real quick. Thanks for waiting, Blue. You were gone a bit longer than expected. What have you been doing? Ran into some trouble, Blue. I won't lie to you. I won't to lie to you. It'll be okay, Blue. What happened up there? I'm actually not sure. Just a bunch of computers. Truck. Alright, let's drive. Let's drive down to 0. Alright, so we want to go counterclockwise. The rope. Cathode ray. And now we go clockwise. The tape recorder. Cat carrier. Oh, hey, these are the things that we saw. The backpack. This is weird. Where's the bureau? Tape recorder. Come on. Where? The cat carrier. The backpack. Where's the bureau? Come on, where is it at? Where is it? How many times do I gotta go around this thing? Did I do it wrong? Maybe I did it wrong. If I see the tape recorder again, I will, yeah. Alright, we're gonna go around this way. Okay, cathode ray. Children. Lantern. Rope. Alright. Cathode ray. So now go this way. Tape recorder. Cat carrier. What am I doing wrong? The backpack. Jeez, what am I doing wrong? Tape recorder. They said counterclockwise until you hit the cathode ray, then go... Or counterclockwise until you hit the cathode ray, then go clockwise. Until you reach the bureau. Maybe I'm just completely missing here. I don't know. Maybe I'm just completely missing this. Notes. Notes. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. From the Hall of the Mountain King, head counterclockwise to the cathode ray, then turn around. Then it's just clockwise until you find the bureau. That's what I thought. Keep going, I guess. Just keep going until I find it. Bum bum bum. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. I don't know how many revolutions this is going to take, but keep going. Do 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 phenomena do 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 phenomena do 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 do. I'll end the episode when I get to the bureau. If I ever get to the bureau. Do 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 boop 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 do. Where is it? Can I, like... Children. About a dozen children are gathered in a shallow, dry basin to the side of the road. They are seated in overturned paths. One group is clustered to the right. One group are arranged loosely in the center, all facing an older girl who sits in the tree. The ranger looks sternly down on another child. A younger boy kneeled on the stone floor without a pot to sit on. A spare stock pot, perhaps belonging to the younger boy, is set to the side. Sit in the center, sit on the right, stand next to the younger boy. The older girl nods solemnly to Ezra. The older girl takes a wide green leaf from the floor next to her and pretends to read off a list of charges. The young child is accused of making agreements for trading card exchanges for which he was not able to honor. The judge asks for a witness to testify. A boy describes the participants and events depicted in the trading card he was to receive. It makes related claims about the defendant's nature. Ezra is prompted to argue on behalf of his client. Claim mistaken identity. The judge advised the jury to examine the defendant more carefully. The defendant slyly rearranges his hair. The jury is sequestered a few feet away and returns with a verdict of not guilty. A group of children reconfigure themselves and a new trial begins with the former defendant now as judge. Interesting. So I can't, like, do anything with those. Alright. Cathode ray. I don't know. Like, I don't know why this isn't working. Tape recorder. Cat carrier. These are just the items that we just ran into with the previous story. The backpack. Can I grab any of these things? Like... No, I can't do anything with them. I don't get it. I don't get it. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try going this way. Cathode ray. I'm just going to keep going. I'm not going to turn around. I'm just going to keep going. See what happens. The lantern. The rope. This doesn't make any sense. Cathode ray. Maybe now if I go around? I don't know. Like I did one full revolution. That doesn't seem to have changed anything. Why is this not working? What am I doing wrong? What did I mess up? Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. From the Hall of the Mountain King. Head counterclockwise. Okay, to the cathode ray. Then turn around. Then it's just clockwise until you find the bureau. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the Hall of the Mountain King. Right here. Alright. We're at the Hall of the Mountain King. Gink. We're gonna go counterclockwise. Cathode ray. Alright, we are at the cathode ray. Oh. I had to sit there and wait. They did not make that apparent to me. Okay, I thought I could just instantly turn around. That's why, okay. My bad. Well, I mean, it's not really my fault. It didn't say, hit the cathode ray, wait for a minute, then turn around. Scarecrow. Where's the bureau? There it is. Cool. Whew. Scene 11. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Man, I'm surprised this is a little bit longer than the previous versions. Alright, we're going to wait here. And that'll do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys are what make this channel happen, and I thank you very much for that. And I will catch you in the next video.